Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Stellaris. Let's get started on loading the end of the last saved game, which of course we're playing as the Oscok Star Alliance, and we're of course playing in Stellaris number 2.01. Alright, our homeworld, Aramus. Okay. There's a few systems that we have skipped here, but we can also basically start going through the process of actually taking out some of these aliens. Alien vessels of different types. Space and mobile observation is available. I probably want to do that. Let's just quickly do that. At least I get more insight in them. I've got 2 construction ships here ready. Let's keep an eye on our neighbors here, just to make sure that they didn't actually move into this section here. I really want to clear that void cloud here if I can. But I don't think I actually currently have all the resource and such that I need to be able to facilitate that quickly. Anyways, I'm going to build an extra defensive platform here.
Construction complete.
They're quite expensive, 268 as you can see at the moment. This one's got a missile battery. So I can replace that with something else if I wanted to. I don't think I want to. I really want to basically keep that in here because yeah, it's good for defensive purposes. And as you can see, I got 1 platform around it. Keeping an eye on things here. I'm of course building an extra one here. That will be done relatively quickly. And I suspect that will be on the exact opposite side that we place it. I'm not 100% sure on that. It could of course be that it just be placed in an equal distance from each other. Which for the first one of course be on the opposite side. Once we put an extra one in place, we might maybe want to see that one at, yeah, maybe different angles there. So maybe 150 degrees. Is that 360 divided by 3? No, 120 degrees. 120 degrees from each other. Anyways, we're receiving a transmission from the independent space station of the Xura Corps. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Good. Well met indeed. Alright, it's always good to meet more players. So the Xura Corps, where are they based? Let's zoom out of here. Ah, they're on the other side here. Now I'd like to get this guy here into my borders. Not sure I can. But I can try. I do also want to get some technology to be able to expand my number of starbases. Ah, the Space Amobis, the nickname now lovingly popularized on Arakim, are solitary creatures or animals. They, when left to their own devices, all but the youngest specimens are accompanied by quasi-independent organisms dubbed flagella, seemingly spawned by the Amobi and programmed through liquid RNA-laced secretions to the bidding of the host. Initially assumed to be the young space amobis, the flagella do not seem to factor into any reproductive mechanisms. Each individual flagellum instead operates solely as a disconnected limb for its host amobia. These flagella are capable of manipulating and even attacking objects in an impressive yet restricted range around the host, periodically returning to lodge inside the host amobi's body to reprogramming. Okay, there are potential military applications of the graceful pattern of circulation apparent in the flagella's movement. Okay, fascinating. So, cosmic ray catalyst modifier added, given the following effect. Energy credit is +5. As you can see straight away that comes into effect. That's a nice bonus to see. Really nice. Alright, did we complete that construction here, or is that still underway? It looks like we're still complete. Underway here. And as you can see, it moves out of the base pretty much straight away. Ah, and it then realigns itself. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Uzaiglore system. These strange objects have been flagged as Ro aliens until we can learn more about them. Okay. Alright, let's look at that. Ro aliens. Well, let's research them as well. It will give us influence if we do. So we're not too far off from being able to build the next starbase, which we're going to be building in the Golfia system. Key reason for that is we want to get to the Kunbar system here, where we want to build another space station to basically block off our neighbors from being able to get into our space here. Alright. It looks like on this system here we can actually do an upgrade of our home base. Home base, how do you want to call it? It's the ship shelter that we got there. Right, we're progressing nicely in this system as well. Like I said in the previous episode, key reason for getting this system here is to prevent our neighbors here to get into that section of space here. It's currently still blocked off by some of the others here, which is fine. Now, I did notice another option that's relatively new to here. That's the claims option. What does that do? I can actually make claims to systems. Ah. Tampere is currently unclaimed. We have no need to claim the system of major threats. Interesting. Now what does this do? I'm not quite sure what it does. But it seems to cost influence, is that right? Yeah, that seems to be influence. We have no need to claim the system of major threats. Okay. Okay. That's fine again. It says I got unused elements, which is fine. What can I do here? At the moment we got a shipyard here, and I can basically of course build an anchorage here. Naval capacity increase, fleets anchor necessary to support the growth of our navy. Okay, shipyard. I can of course build a second element there. Hangar bay, trading hub. Civilian trading hub. Is that a worthwhile addition? Yeah, let's put it on there for the moment. I think in the previous version of the game, version 1, that used to be the solar panels we put on the station. There we go. We can now actually construct here the base. Entering orbit over there. It's a relatively minor system here. There's not too much. There's quite a bit of resources in terms of what you can get from this one planet here. There's 6 in terms of minerals. Other than that, it's relatively minor, I would probably say. Anyway, so we're going to build an extra station here. Did it say special project complete? It did, didn't it? The report of extraordinary free-floating crystal-like objects observed in certain systems has been investigated. The ship-sized objects and their slightly smaller but equally crystal-like satellites at least appeared inert. But sudden shifts in their orientation relative to our ships and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicate they might be alive. A fascinating prospect, to be sure, but they should be approached with caution. Our best and brightest are standing by to study these entities.
Situation log updated.
So I kind of hope to be able to see them in the list here, but that is not to be. Anyways, let's communicate with these guys here. I would like to trade for more minerals. Seems to be an exchange rate of something else. We would like to trade for energy, so give the following effects, blah 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 blah. So we would like to it's a monthly thing. Okay. We're still tracking that all on the map, which is good. I'd like to get to that system there somehow. I might now theoretically be strong enough to be able to do so. Let's go straight to there. Yeah, we're going to have to wait until that starbase has been completed here. Which only at 31% at the moment. So yeah, we're not there yet, but we will be getting there.
Construction complete.
Let's merge that one with our current fleet here. And again, I'm going to build an extra one, an extra corvette. Technology-wise, we're going to be getting access to the
Fleeing aggressors.
destroyers relatively soon. Oh, interesting. Where's that? Okay, over here. So we were blocked over there as well as over here. Space Amobis, and that is through those crystal-like entities, I think. Now, I believe we did start exploring. Okay, so we just need to assign a new researcher here. That's a new ship that I built a little while ago, and I forgot to actually send it on its way. Survey speed is increased. Well, let's set it to automatically survey. Now, why don't I actually tell it to go and explore and survey up here? I don't think we actually have got anything against that as such. We might potentially be caught into a little bit of a bind there. Because as long as our neighbors are still expanding, they might potentially still go there. Anyways, I've issued those instructions now. Let's see how they progress through that. Progress is a little bit on the slow side.
Construction
for my
complete.
own, peace of mind.
Construction complete.
Okay, perfect. Let's get this station built here. Station built there. What I'm going to be able to do here. Now I might be able to go into here. Let's enter orbit at least. That's an actually more interesting system, isn't it, really? Let's enter orbit there instead. Okay. We're building here. What are we building here? We're building a trading hub. Right, now that one of course is great to have. We're expanding nicely over here as well. Yeah, look at just, we started off in that little section here and now we're basically got
Construction complete.
wings into the different directions. We don't have any extra planets there we can do anything with here, but yeah, that's still fine. There's an ancient satellite here, which of course we want to send our key scientist to at some point, which is this lady or gentleman here.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Ah, new item of research.
Special
UV
project
lasers.
complete.
Okay, let's first look at the UV lasers. What are we going to do? I don't think I need to do anything with that at the moment. Sentinel point defense, interesting. Gravitational sensors, listening posts. Listening posts house a team of dedicated operators tasked with analyzing hyperlane reverberations, functionally extending the range of the starbase's sensors. Let's go for that. Interesting. The small rodent-like creatures known as Orinti are native to V. Cascan, where their habitat extends across most of the planet's diverse climatic regions. Okay. They breed at an extremely rapid rate and are seen to have a peculiar fondness for chewing on electric cables. Procuring specimens was not a problem. In fact, after the initial creatures were collected, more of them made their way onto the considering eye by hitching rides on the science ship's orbital shuttles. Exactly why the Museum of Exobiology requests Orinti specimens remains a mystery. Okay, a nice boost again to our society research.
Construction complete.
Okay, moving that one there. Same with that one. And luckily they haven't expanded into here yet. That gives me a chance to, of course, expand into here. And merge these two again into one. These defenses here can be upgraded. Perfect. I can upgrade these as well. On the surface here I can start doing some upgrades.
Ships upgraded.
Okay, upgrades are on their way.
Ships upgraded.
Ah, technological research is completed. What's the next one we can go for? That's really the one I want to get at the moment. Naval Logistics Office, also an interesting one. A minimal but extent bureaucratic layer increase the theoretical capacity of the starbase anchorage. Okay, so do I need to have an anchorage before I can do that? I'm not sure. That one's interesting as well. But I need to really get that starbase capacity increased, so I'm going to go for that one for the moment being. I can also basically do a bit of research on these crystalline entities, which I think is quite beneficial, so let's get that done. And one of the things you will notice here, the borders around some of these systems are really, really narrow compared to some of the other ones. If you look at Gophia, it's got a really, really expansive border increase there. Quite different from what we had in the previous version, of course, of Stellaris, where we basically did the borders on a relatively similar system. It was dependent on technology, etc., etc. But yeah, I still like what we're seeing here. I still like it. Anyways. Looks like our entire fleet can be upgraded in a minute. This one's still moving in. Now, what kind of weapons do I have? I can probably upgrade those lasers, isn't it? Combat computer swarm. Fire rate plus 5%. Chance of evasion plus 5. Okay. Right, bear with me one moment. Apologies about that. I just had a slight domestic disruption there. Anyways, let's get back to the things. So our neighbors got 4 colonies. They got how many bases? They got 4 bases, well, it looks like. And it looks like what they've done, actually, they've placed those star bases in the systems where they got colonies. Now, I don't think that's a necessity, really. I'm probably going to use them mostly as basically defensive bulwarks, defensive stations. So that should serve me quite nicely.
Special project complete.
Crystalline entities, the name itself, a compromise between rival factions of xenobiologists and xenogeologists on Arakim, are most definitely alive. Some overly conservative members of the Oscok academic elite argue that they are silicate animate matter and that they have little in common with biological life. The vast majority of the Oscok Star Coalition population rejects that regressive perspective, instead turning their eyes towards the fascinating new horizons that the crystalline entities represent. They are somewhat regrettable, solitary beings. Each individually crystal sovereign rarely sees with more than one sentinel and a smaller cohort entity. Aside from the cohort and sentinel clearly being subservient to the sovereign of the group, the subtle nuance of the crystalline entities, social hierarchy relationships are lost on us, which does not stop these dynamics from being subject of fevered study on Arakam. The entities do not seem to mate, and we have yet to observe any crystals that are recognizable older or younger than others. Contrary to an earlier hypothesis, the shift in hue between individual crystalline entities seems to be related to not their age, but to their latent internal charge, which can be violently unleashed, and it appears as if these sporadic fluctuations in their charge alter the refractive properties of the crystal. Alright, so what we're going to do with this, we can actually of course see this as being a boost of 10% to our physics research, or add the crystalline sonar modifier to our empire, where we can basically spend 30 energy to instantly survey any crystalline entities. Survey any crystalline entity system when entered. Okay, now long term, I think that this is the better one to go for, because yeah, that seems to be just adding a permanent boost to us, and this is just an instant survey, which is temporary. So I'm going to go for the long-term investment one there, which hopefully we'll see here. Yeah, prismatic lenses, cosmic ray catalyst. So lots of options already here. Cloud burst, which of course is damage to void clouds increased. I still don't agree with the agenda that we got here, but okay. Anyway, current age limit is 68, or current age of our leader, our esteemed leader, 68. I believe our maximum age at the moment is 100, or at least our average age, maybe I should say. And then from there we can see that then increasing, decreasing, and so forth. Anyways. All the systems we've taken ownership of thus far have been fully encapsulated in terms of what we can do with them. So we are basically exploiting all the resources in the systems that we've basically taken ownership of, which is nice. Let's have a look at these individual systems here. Now I can actually do some upgrades here, it looks like. But these guys here are now, where are they? They're in our home system. I believe that they would be undergoing upgrades. Yep, indeed.
Ships upgraded.
They are undergoing upgrades, indeed. And again, I can merge these two now into one. For some reason, they only seem to be joining together. Again, once I actually split them and then merge them again, if they had a technological difference to start off with. Right, that is of course our frontline base, where we're going to build an extra defensive platform. So that'll be 3 out of the maximum of 6 that's allowed. And the starbase at the moment, of course, has got a nice set of parameters there. Communication jamming is one of the options that we can go for. Distortion field generator. Target uplink computer. Weapon range is increased by... Ooh, that's nice.
Special project complete.
Alright. Gulathas are large, flat herbivores that have evolved in internal gas pockets, enabling them to hover a few centimeters above the ground. They move about in herds consisting of a few dozen animals, grazing on the moss and lichen that can be found on the windswept plains of Gororo. They are ruthlessly hunted by the planet's apex predators, and our biologists on the Considering Eye estimated that only a few hundred Gulatha herd remain. One of these consists of 9 animals, has been successfully collected and will be brought back to Arakam. Nice. Ooh, okay. That is a bit of a pity. Governor Feather of Lavender has leveled up. Ah, okay, it's 5 out of 6 now. Okay, I thought there was something else that's gone wrong there, but okay. That's quite nice. 2 further systems that were surveyed. And this one here is ready to do its next thing, I guess. And what will be the next thing for us to do here? What is this research project? The Ravenous Zulkur available. Okay, perfect. It's a nice one to be able to get. And then of course afterwards I want to go to this system here and do the next research project. So yeah, I've just got 2 on the list here. This one's almost ready to basically expand further. And I guess once we get to this system here, we'll build that starbase there. And then we can basically focus a bit more on expanding further into our hinterland here. And I'm calling this the hinterland because it's away from the front lines with our neighbors. Perfect. So what shall we build here? I think I might actually hold off on that until we basically get that listening post option. Because the listening post should be a nice and good upgrade for us to get. Finally, tradition available. Habitability increase, 10%. Should be a good one. Again, should help us boost our basic population growth on the various different planets. What are we going to build here? I'm still inclined to go for that stronghold. Have I built one here already? Raprix. I probably should really. I probably want to build it over here then. It will protect our armies, but it will also basically give us a boost in terms of unity output. Almost there. I just need one more, which we'll get at the beginning. There we go. Enter orbit there. Nice.
Construction complete.
Okay. Like I said, we're going to wait here. On the planets here, quite a bit of research options available, it looks like. Probably want to basically do an extra boost here of food. After which, of course, I can start focusing on other bits like energy, maybe a bit of mining. And of course, yeah, research after that should be one of my primary targets. Just at the moment, food is one of my early prerequisites, I think I would call it. Alright, let's increase the game speed again up to fast. Alright, our healthcare edict has expired. Growth increase, I'm going to activate it once again. So our edicts have got a 25% longer duration. So it's 12 years and 6 months instead of just the merely 10 years that we would typically see. It's good. Now what have we got in place with our neighbors here? Now these guys here, of course, are... I could go for a migration treaty. That would be interesting to do. I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. Let's see, what is their main focus as a species? Tundra, natural sociologists, traditional, strong, repugnant. Ooh, they are repugnant. That's interesting. Other species owner happiness. Other species owner happiness is reduced. Interesting. Guarantee independence. What have we got in place with them at the moment? We got a research agreement in place, which is fine. Non-aggression pact, which is good. Asked to be their vassal. I don't think so. Form defensive pact. We're not happy enough with each other, it looks like. Then, of course, we got these guys here. Xenophobia. Interesting. Did you hear that speech? I'm not sure if you heard that, but it sounds like a bit of whiny. I'm like, yeah, they're not sure what they want. Yeah, how long is that deal still valid for? 2247. So that's another, 9 years or so. That's good. Keep that up. Now that probably, of course, is also see what we can do with these guys here. Offer trade deal, research agreement. Nope, they're not inclined to accept that. Non-aggression pact? No, that's not going to happen, it looks like. He's a target of Casabella from the Vor. Has Casabella on the Vor claim. Okay. Hold on. Research completed. Destroyers can be built. Cool. Railgun, afterburners, destroyer hull points. Let's actually go for that Starhold first. Let's communicate with these guys here. They've got a claim against the Regalian unity. Again, they seem to say no to that, which is interesting.
Construction complete.
Right. Slaving despots. Interesting. Why don't you want to basically do that? Communication. Okay, perfect. Happy with that. Mining station, and of course here a mining station as well. Still no movement on behalf of them, which is good. Now one of the things I can now do here, sorry, on this one, I should be able to build a destroyer now.
Construction complete.
I do need more resources for that. Design was already generated from the latest technology. Nice. Alright, building one. They'll join our little fleet in a minute.
Construction complete.
And
System survey complete.
one of the things you'll also see on here is actually the firepower of our different bits. Hold on. Oh, I've got two of them there. Mining station should be built there.
Construction complete.
Sorry, did I not issue orders for the construction of something? What did I build? 1 out of 6. 3 out of... okay. Not sure what I did then. Weapon range increased. Target uplink computer. Disruptor field. I kind of wanted to do some jamming of sorts, but I can't. Well, communication. That makes them slower, which is good. Okay. Let's go back to that station here. Let's build that destroyer. I'm pretty sure I did that. I'm pretty sure I did, but maybe I accidentally cancelled it. That could be.
Construction complete.
Ah, it's already joined the fleet, that's why. And I thought it wasn't
System survey
basically built or
complete.
for some reason, but yeah, it has been built. It just
Construction complete.
didn't appear on my radar straight away.
Construction complete.
Now, even though it is a bigger ship, does it count? Actually, double counts, doesn't it? Okay. Let's have a look at our destroyers, what they look like.
Fleeing
So
aggressors.
they've purely got the UV lasers. It might maybe be beneficial if I start looking at the design, but let's do that in the next episode. So we're going to look at the design in the next episode. See if we can maybe optimize the design slightly. Get it to be a slightly better one. Interesting. We actually found more of them here. Okay. I think we might have found them before, but I'm not sure. But anyways, we know at least that that route is blocked, which is fine. Anyways, like I said, we're going to call it a day. So thanks again for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.